Happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome to this Wednesday edition of our Wednesday wind down, or like What's Up Wednesday, Working Wednesday. Listen, it's something W with the Wednesday. So, but my cute little flyer with me in my dress with the glass does say Wednesday wind down. So, and I haven't had wine. Actually, I stopped drinking a bit time ago. But nevertheless, so the topic for this evening is the importance of a coach. And normally we talk about what's going on in the world or, just anything, whatever kind of spirit gives to me. But today I wanted to specifically talk about like do you have a personal, and you can fill in your blank, coach? So, be it a personal life coach, personal finance coach, relationship coach, business coach, spiritual coach. Um, Actually, twofold, because I was having a conversation with someone and they asked me, we were talking and they said, "Oh, you're a life coach?" I'm like, "Yeah." I thought you were just a motivational speaker. I said, I am. However, um, that's in part that comes with being a life coach, because a life coach, listen, I am the motivational speaker for my clients. So one of the things that, first and foremost, I am a positive coach. Um, so we don't thrive in the negativity. We although we talk about it, that is not the basis of what we do and how we go through our process. So let me reintroduce myself and tell you who I am, what I do, and why I feel it's important to have a personal fill in the blank coach. So I am coaching a city, and the reason I chose that was because for the past, actually, I retired 3 years ago from the Army, but so for 23 years of my life, I've been in everybody's city. Um, so I've been in everybody's city, and I've built relationships with so many people over the past 23 plus years that in every city that I go to, not only do I know people, but I meet people. So, just as who I am, if I'm in your city, even if it's for a few hours, few days, I'm gonna let you know, I'm in your city, and that if a lot of my friends will tell you, that's what they get. Unless I really plan on meeting. So if I'm going to like Chicago to visit a friend, of course they'll know I'm coming. But if I'm just in town for business or seminar or to speak, and I will let them know. They'll get a text, "Hey, I'm in your city. This is where I'm staying. If you want to link up, let me know." So that's how I got my coach in the city. I am a certified life coach, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Valerie Burton, but I became certified in 2017 through Valerie Burton, and I'm going to show y'all a picture of her because a lot of people say they have no idea who she is, right? So ooh, that's Valerie Burton. Yeah, okay, but you could Google her. She has like written hella books. So I became certified with her in 2017. So I'm what they call a CPEC, a certified personal and executive life coach, meaning um, I do coaching for for people in their personal life, and I do it for executives. So you know how like you have your employee benefit plan, and they say, "Do you need to go talk to somebody or whatever?" And you talk to somebody, well, that somebody's me. So, and I do coach executives of some pretty popular companies, and I'm glad to be able to provide that service, because one thing that I know for certain is that wherever the direction of the head, the body will follow. So if your director is all over the place, then guess where she's going to lead y'all? Us, them, all over the place. And we're creatures of habit, so we eventually can take on the disposition of our leaders, right? So I go into some of these executives. Sometimes I go to their city where they're at and do like a power session. Um, or ever since COVID, a lot of things are on um, what is it? Zoom. I'm sorry. Or sometimes we get on StreamYard and I'll do a level of instruction. But that's what I do. So my areas of specialty, um, besides life coaching, would be financial coaching. And I have all of my degrees. I have all of my degrees in finance from my associates. Because listen, we count them all. From my associates to my bachelor's to my MBA is in finance. Um, and that's what I love to do. I was told years ago, make sure your profession is something that you would do for free. And I couldn't really count money, budget money, forecast money, find money, um, meaning procure like deals, stuff like that. I can do it. It's just natural to me, and I can do it for free. If I had to, I could literally do it for free and kind of not get tired. Um, so my areas of specialty would be life coaching. I love financial coaching because you could be a millionaire. Trust me, you can be a millionaire and still be in debt. People know how you a millionaire in debt because you have terrible money management skills. Um, and then I love conflict resolution. So I offer conflict resolution um, for groups of two or three or more, because sometimes, let's just be honest, two folks can't sit down and you can't, it's just not going to get anywhere, you know? So in conflict resolution, um, I, I love to provide like courses of action. So I'm very resource driven, very, very resource driven. And, and that's where in conflict resolution is a whole lot of negotiating. Um, when people say they lose or they sacrifice, it's not a sacrifice, it's a compromise. Because if you love something or someone or whatever it is that important to where you can't get past it, then I believe it's worth compromising for. But I do a lot. I do a lot of coaching, relationship coaching, um, family coaching, because especially with blended families, it get rough, it get tight, it get thick. Um, sometimes you got to bring some sage. Sometimes you got to bring some sage for it. But um, I've navigated through it, and so can anybody else. It takes real discussion, it takes honesty, and it takes transparency. Okay. So that was it. So that was enough about who I am. Um, I am happy to know that people think I'm a motivational speaker because I'm always positive and uplifting. Because that's what you do as a coach. So let's talk about like a coach, right? What is a coach? Well, we know what a coach is, but when you think, and especially when I think of a coach, think back to like high school, and the coaches. Like, we love our coaches. Why? Because like they helped build us through like self confidence, by building self confidence and also motivation. Um, Coaches know us. Think about it. Your coach knows you. They know your strengths. They know your weaknesses. Um, and even before knowing your strengths and weaknesses, let's go back. And I'm talking back to high school. Heck, we even go back to middle school. But let's go back to high school. You just didn't walk on a team. You had to what? Show up to practice. And there was this coach with a clipboard, and there were some assistants, and they were doing something. Back then we didn't know, but we knew they were taking notes. They were doing something behind the clipboard. And so the coach was there observing. They're observing you. And that's how they learn about you. You know, coaches walk through the locker room. They're hearing. They're hearing the conversation. They listen. They may not always comment, but they listen. So that's how, as coaches, that's what we do. You know, so in talking about like a high school sport, so let's, you made the team. Your coach already knows your strengths. You know, because why? You put that on display. When you showed up to practice, you put what you had out there on the floor. So that's how coaches know. So even with a coaching session, you know, for me, show up transparent. But I even get it. You know, a lot of coaches, people try to paint that pretty picture, but we know life isn't pretty. Heck, I know life isn't pretty. My life isn't pretty. You know, there's some things that I constantly have to work on. So, but the coach wants what's best for you. Remember that one coach that was like, yo, don't show up if you're going to be BSing. Like, if you ain't ready to play, don't show up. Don't show up to tryouts. Better yet, you know, you know how many people have been put off the team because they just weren't focused and they were hindering the team, right? So, so in a prospect of the coach's role, the coach is watching, they're listening, they're observing, they're taking notes. Why? So that you could be better. This is nothing personal. This is business. But like all coaches, they love their clients. They love their team members. Look, just look. I guess the draft just happened or whatever, whenever it happened. How many people go back and say, "Hey, I want to thank my coach," or if it wasn't for, you know, my Pop Warner coach, I wouldn't be here because they used to fill in the blank, pick me up, make sure I had this, checked in on me, you know, held me accountable, sat me down, right? That's what coaches do because for a person to be a coach, it's not for the money. I guarantee you it's not for the money. You know, it's for that. uh, For me, it's to give back, to help people. You know, so most coaches, both of my brothers are coaches. Um, my husband's a football player. His brother is a coach and a scout. So those vantage points, I'm listening. I'm listening to how they talk about, you know, students that got a scholarship versus those who got a full ride versus who got like a partial, and um, you know what the difference was. So I listen and I take notes because guess what? Like, I'm a good coach. So, but with in coaching, coaches understand the importance of good communication. I call a lot of people. I tag a lot of people. I'm telling you, I have ideas that as I think of things or things come to me, I not only shoot them out to clients, but I shoot them out to just to friends. I'm like, hey, have you thought of this? because one thing I'm pretty good at is thinking outside the box. Um, and coaches are like excellent at communicating, you know, because it's a relationship, and um, it's important, you know, to communicate often and regularly. So, and it's a commitment, and you know, just like you a coach, just imagine or think back to when you were in school and you see the coach walk down the hallway. He'd be like, "Hey, Nancy, hey Nia, hey Ricky, hey Rock, hey Gary, hey Lorray, hey Leroy," calling everybody. You just felt good. You be like, "Man, he knows me." Like coach cares. Coach be like, "Hey, did you get some new shoes? Did you get some rest? Did you ice that knee? Did you read over those plays?" Um, and it's thousands of people. I don't know about y'all high schools or whatever, but it's thousands of people in the hallway. But coach knows their player. Look, coach, hey, what you doing in Walmart this late? Why are you here? Coach was like, "Hey, you need to get your behind back home." Like, as a matter of fact, you gotta be on a bus in 4 hours. Why are you out here in these streets? Or when they see you doing something not nice, not only did they bust it open, but they also called your parents. But you know what? We weren't even really worried about our parents. We were worried about coach because coach wasn't there for it. And in some cases, not saying all, some coaches are invested more than others, or parents, or spouses, or take this from high school to real life. But when that coaching client or coaching um, athlete, that relationship is 100% trust and honesty. I don't think anybody stayed on a team where they didn't trust their coach. Your coach said, "Run, you know, hey, we running laps, we're doing suicides, we're doing burpees. Meet me out here 8 o'clock in the morning. Meet me out here high noon." We were there because we knew that coach wasn't going to do anything to us that wasn't good for us. So put that in perspective of when you think about life coaching. So also in coaching, this is coaches help build self-esteem. And you know with coaching, um because like I said, there's different types of coaching. So with coaching, they build your self-esteem. Listen, if you need to come to me for financial coaching and you happen to save $2 more than you did last week, listen, I'm twerking with you. You about to get a humongous shout out, because coaches actually help celebrate the wins. They help you celebrate your wins. And even when you don't feel you've won, we're going to show you where you did. Let's think football game, right? You might not have won a game, but a coach is going to tell you, "Hey, but you made this many, you had this many passing yards, or you didn't get sacked this time, or um, your technique was better. You ran faster. You got out of I think it's called the box or whatever. Like the quarterback, you got out of it in time. Um, you're you have more strength and power in your arms." Like your coach, when you think you're losing, because your coach is watching you, your coach is invested in you. And one thing about a true coach, if you're not invested in yourself, they're not going to be invested in you. Damn the money, right? A coach, they're not going to be invested in you, because for us, it's never about the money. It's about, I hear you. I want you to have this freedom. I want you, to be confident. I want you to trust yourself. I want you to love yourself. I don't want you to have conflict within your home. Um, I want you to be financially free. So coaches, but if you're like, hey, I didn't do the work, they're not. And I know plenty of, they say straight across the board. Some people are uncoachable. Some people are uncoachable because they think they know it, or their mama said, their cousin said, their best friend said. Well, as Dr. Phil would say, how's that working for you? You've tried it, it's not working. You're in the same place you were 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Only thing different is the date on the calendar for those that have calendars, or the date on your phone, or the date on whatever you want. That's the only thing that's changed. You haven't changed because people don't want to invest in themselves. Um, Coaches are tough but fair. And I'm pretty sure, Jennifer, you're somewhere watching this, but she will tell you, um, I am her life coach. And it was 2017. I was like, listen, this is what you need to, this is what, try this. That's what I said. Try this. If this don't work, I'm going to give you your money back. But you have to be honest in the true results. She tried it. She didn't try it. She did it. Changed her life. She's still, here we are 5 years later. She's still a client. Um, because this isn't I'm gonna give you my opinion. Like, I am a certified life coach. So certified in um, positive psychology. Um, so like, this isn't some stuff you Google. Like, I'm still going through training. I still do seminars. Trust me. Valerie Burton has roundtables every month, and every time she has anything, I've signed up for it. And I am on her website as one of her certified personal and executive life coaches. All right, but coaches are tough but fair. So here you're going to get the hype, but you're going to get the, yo, this is where you messed up if you messed up, or this is where you could do better. But it's not one of those hang your head down. It's like, hey, I see where you were going with it, but did you use your tools? Did you use the resources? The stuff that you've been practicing, are you applying it? How's the application? Hey, it's the no judgment zone. I'll tell you, like, with me, it is the no judgment zone, which is sometimes why I gotta have my coach in the city after hours, because my conversations get not vulgar, but they get real. And so I try to do it, as some of the Christian folks went to go to sleep, um, because we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. But I always uplift, as I always say. You can give me the worst possible situation, and I will always find good in that situation. Right. Um, so as a coach, they're tough but fair. If coach pulled you out the game, it's because you messing up, you know, or if you're tired, they see you're tired. Coaches see things that we don't see, because as players, we're right, you know, we're right in front of it. So we're only seeing what we call in the Army, like your 25-meter target, which is like something that's, isn't that beautiful? But it's it's like right here. We're not looking like 100 meters down the way. We're not looking 200 meters down the way. Hell, you shouldn't be looking behind you. But a coach is observing your whole entire playing field. So they're seeing stuff you're not seeing. They're seeing your vulnerabilities. but they also see your strengths. They see your weaknesses. They see the opportunities, and they're also seeing your possible threats. So that is when the coach, when we have conversations, it's like, all right, you're amazing. I got it. You look at me, you got it. All those, because we're quick to brag on our strengths, but we're kind of sheepish when it comes to our weaknesses. And guess what? We all got one. Everybody has a weakness. I don't care what they say. Everybody has a weakness, but you know what? Even in a weakness, what people would consider a weakness, or a negative tick mark, your weakness is a strength, because that means it's something that you can always improve on. Um, so don't even. Everybody has a thing. I'm trying to think what my weakness is right now. Um, but I'm pretty sure I have some. Oh, I have a temper. That's my weakness. I have a temper. Um, and I have to not really work on it, because I've been working on it for a while. So it don't pop up, it don't flare up as much. However, comma and the space, when it does, when it start popping, oh, it's on. Listen, I put myself in full timeouts, because that's I have a temper. And that's not anything to brag about, but I know that I do. And we all have that one thing that's less desirable. Notice I didn't say undesirable, I said less desirable. We all have that one thing that's less desirable, and that should kind of keep us humble. And also, with coaching give you tools for life. Like, let's just say you needed help with boundaries. So a coach knows, okay, a person have issues with setting boundaries. You think the first thing they're going to teach you is to tell people no? Nah, you got to walk the dog with it. And so in setting boundaries, first we would talk about, hey, what are boundaries? Because guess what I consider boundaries may not be what you consider boundaries. And like, not honoring boundaries, they look different. Me, a boundary for me is my bedroom door. Is my bedroom door. And um like, I have a coach. Oh, do y'all know I have a coach? She'll somehow watch this. She pops in here every now and then. Her name is Coach Kelly. I have a coach. She's a spiritual coach, but she also, coach to coach, we talk to each other about situations that we have going on, and maybe for, because we're close to it, that we can't see past, the situation. But with the coaching and, kind of the tools, it teaches you, like with boundaries. No, we're going to show you bit by bit how to. So what is a boundary? Some people don't even know what boundaries, you know, are, like real boundaries, or what setting boundaries, what boundaries entail. So, like for me, I'm a big proponent on, do not call me after 9 p.m., because it takes me about an hour to an hour and a half to wind down, or to calm myself down. So, and get ready for bed, do my devotional. So, in that case, guess what I'm not doing either? I'm not calling anyone after 9 p.m. unless I told them I would call them later, and I said, hey, it may be after 9 p.m. But the same boundaries that I set for others, I honor and respect that in people as well. So I don't call people. Um, I don't call people after 9 p.m. And if I do, it's an emergency, and they would know it, or it was already previously agreed upon. So, um, just think about coaching. Think about in your life who, like, do you need, could you benefit from, not do you need, because people are like, I don't need coaching, my life is just fine, I could work through it, I could Google it. Cool. um but in being honest with yourself, just look and see if there's one area in your life that you could use or benefit from. And after that, if you think, if you like don't need a coach, you don't need to be coached or couldn't use coaching in your personal or professional life, think and see, is there anybody else? And just do research, do your own personal research on life coaching. Um Life coaching, spiritual coaching, financial coaching, relationship coaching, heck, intimacy coaching. Your girl's certified to talk about intimacy, sexual and intimacy coaching. And even with that, people think, oh, it's about sex. And we talk about intimacy. Because there are some people in this world who are not even in touch with themselves. Isn't that weird? It's different, but some people aren't. So, our life, we're here on this earth for a purpose. And I'm here to help. I am here. This wasn't a plug for myself, but I am a life coach. And a lot of people don't know that. But do your research. Do your research. Look up Valerie Burton, because she is my mentor. I look up to her. Um, like I told you, I have a spiritual coach, Coach Kelly. I believe her website is I am Coach Kelly. 100%. Let me tell you something. When I tell you I trust Coach Kelly, right now, my 17-year-old daughter is in Atlanta with her. She'll come back home Saturday. She left yesterday. That's how much I trust Coach Kelly. Not only with my life, but with my kids' life, my husband's life, my entire family's life. So I hope you guys have an awesome remainder of the evening. I hope y'all knock that ish out the park for the rest of your week. Whatever it is, get it done. Get it done. Like, this is the belly button of the week. We only got 2 more days. So end every day on a successful note. Be it, even, you know what I do now? I, at the end of my day, um, I clear off my desk. I use Palo Santo, which clears energy, negative and just regular like energy. Because when I come down to work the next morning, I kind of want like a fresh canvas, a fresh space. I don't want anything of yesterday on my today. That is pretty, let me write that down, okay? I don't. Even if it was good, it's like today is today. If I got a point for yesterday, cool, perfect. But if I didn't, no problem. Because guess what? I'm here. When I wake up the next day, I got another day to get it together, to fix if something was broken, to make a better choice, to go about it a whole lot differently, to change something up. So, end every day on your own positive note, your own positive note, not nobody else's. Set something for yourself to where you say, you know what, at the end of my day, and it doesn't have to be your business day, it could be your day. Um, for me, it's my the way I end my business day is by clearing the energy in my office. Well, y'all see it's kind of bland because I switched offices and I'm about to get this thing painted. So before I put anything up on my walls, I'm going to figure out the whole vibe that I want. But the thing that ends my day my day, Nancy's day, is I journal. I do my devotion, and I'm talking about my devotion, church. Okay, my devotion, and I pray. I pray, and that is the end of my day. That is the end of my day. Look, I'm even getting streaks on my. I use the Bible app. They be like, "Yeah, you've been going for 27 days." I'm excited because it's been some nights. Promise you, I might have been asleep before I even hit the bed. But God be the glory. You know what they have on the Bible app? Now every part, um, in every part of the app, they read it to you. I'm winning because I sometimes I just don't have the energy to read. And I'm tired and reading makes me tired anyway. I'm like, look at God coming through because he knows that that is important to me. That is how I end my day is with um my devotion, my meditation, and my prayer. So, y'all know how to get in touch with me. Listen, I have on my website, and I'll share my link in here. Listen, I have free 30-minute consultation. Let me get on that right quick, right? People are like, oh Nancy, I need to talk to you. Book a free session. That way you're on my calendar. Book a free session. Book a free session. Listen, I tell you that, I send you the link. If you aren't willing to book something free, honey, you ain't ready. So people are like, oh, Nancy, I'm no, boo. Mm-mm. You're not ready. I'm not going to talk about it. If somebody won't take free help, they are not ready for help. You're not that busy when you want to change your life. I'll repeat that. You are not that busy when you want to change your life. When you want to change your life, you're going to make room. Think about it. You're going to make room for whatever it is you want in your life. Don't nobody have to convince you, beg, or plead you to do it. So take that little note in itself and just apply it to your life. When you're ready to change, you will change. And when you are ready to invest in yourself, you will. And then once people see you putting in your own sweat equity in you, then they'll be glad to help. But until then, they're not. Thank you, my beautiful best friend. She posted the link for me because she know I couldn't do two things at one time. I so love you for it. So it's a free session. There's a book, a free 30-minute session on here. And once you get into it, you'll see it. So thank you, thank you, thank you all. Um, be better than today. Be better than yesterday. Your tomorrow is new. Be excited for it. Be excited for tomorrow. Never dread tomorrow because so much good can happen in a blink of an eye and in a moment of prayer. So, y'all have a good one. Thank you for supporting me. Always, I love you all. Y'all know how to get in touch with me. My inboxes are always open, my numbers are everywhere. Um, and now you guys have the booking for my coach in the city. So, y'all have a great one. And thank you, thank you, thank you.